My presentation is about the war against poop in India. So it is about the sanitation, and in this presentation, I'll be talking about the present condition of sanitation all across the globe, and then I'll try to focus on the same issue in India. And the picture here, it's from United Nations website, and according to United Nations, every minute one person dies due to lack of basic sanitation. So I think the presentation will be about 9 to 10 minutes, and by the end of this presentation, there will be actually 10 people already dead because of lack of basic sanitation. So we can imagine that the problem of sanitation is massive when we talk about the global population. My target audiences are the high school students. So what I'm trying to do is I'll provide information about sanitation to the high school students in India, and and they will involve in awareness program in winter when the school are closed in different parts of India. So kind of like snowball sampling. I'll provide information to the students, and then the student will share the information to the people in different parts of India. So when you talk about sanitation, then it is the provisions of facilities and services for the safe disposals of human excreta such as urine and feces, and it also involves the maintenance of hygienic conditions through services such as garbage collection and wastewater disposal. So it is not just about human excreta; it is also about the waste management system such as recycling, garbage disposals, taking trash or waste foods from apartment to the nearby dumpster, and also it involves the water treatment plants. And sanitation is one of the major public health concerns in the world because poor sanitation is directly linked to a number of diseases such as diarrhea and tropical diseases, and tens of thousands of children die every day because of diarrhea, and 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 a huge number of school-age children are also infected with worm infections every day. And sanitation across the globe. And first, I'll talk about this guy. And this guy is Mahatma Gandhi, and he's the father of India. He's also a great philosopher and also a freedom fighter. And he once said, "Sanitation is more important than independence." I think I agree with him, and I think it's true because sanitation comes first, and then the independence. Across the globe, 63% of the people have access to improved sanitation, whereas significantly higher, almost 90% people have access to clean water. And for water, the percentage is higher than projected. Actually, United Nations have already achieved its Millennium Development Goal for water, and the United Nations targets to increase the percentage to 75% for sanitation and 92% for water by 2015. And for sanitation, they estimate that they won't be able to achieve the target for sanitation because they are already behind in terms of Millennium Development Goals for sanitation. Whereas for water, it is possible, and there will be more people who will have access to clean water by the end of by 2015. And the reason why there is a huge gap between sanitation and clean water is because water is considered as a basic need, whereas sanitation is considered as a commodity. And also, and majority of the diseases that are linked to sanitations are actually curable. For instance, the worm infections are actually can be cured or treated by simple antibiotics, and they're also cheaper. And so most of the efforts are directed toward improving the access to clean water rather than sanitation, even though like all the diseases are directly linked to sanitation. So there is a need of preventive measures, so there should be more effort toward sanitation. and 15% of the world population still practice open defecation. And every day, 2,000 children under the age of 5 die from diarrheal diseases, and 90% of which of mortality are linked to water, sanitation, and hygiene. And just to get an idea how many children die every day, it would be like crashing up 90 buses filled with kindergartners every day with no survivors. So it does indicate that does indicate the huge number of children die every day, and it is a serious issue. And also, school-aged children are also among the segment of the population who are affected adversely by due to poor sanitation. In fact, 40% of this world's school-age children have one infections. And sanitation in India, large segment of Indians are without improved water and sanitation. 97 million people do not have access to clean water, whereas um, for sanitation, the situation is even worse. 814 million people do not have access to improved sanitation. And this is just the overview of waste management in India. And these data are obtained from Indian census from 2011. And according to Indian census, almost 50% of households do not have drainage facility, and 33% of households have open drainage systems. That means that the wastewater are uh, directly connected to the open rivers, or laid on the open street. And 41% of the households do not have latrines or toilets in their house or homes, and 24.2% of which use public restrooms, and almost 17% practice open defecations because of lack of restroom. And 28% of Indian population live in slums. So if we add those number with that 17% of the people, then the total number of people who practice open defecation comes to a grand total of half the population of India. So India has the population almost close to 1.2 something billion. So half of the population means millions and millions of people. And waste treatment plants in India, are the numbers are pretty number. If we look at it, uh, if you look at the population of India, there are only 234 waste treatment plants, and most of them are smaller in scale, and all of them are located in 5% of the cities in Mumbai and New Delhi. Challenges: illiteracy. India has the largest segment of population who are deprived of education, uh, and so people do not perceive the potential health and consequent economic benefits of sanitation facilities. And open defecation is also a norm. It's been in practice since long time. So large Indian government programs have built or installed toilets in many parts of India, but people do not use it. In fact, 50% of the toilet that has been installed by the large government programs have not been used as intended. They are used for other different purposes, such as domestic purposes, for like storage. And cost is also another challenge, because we're talking about very poor people who make less than $2 in a day. So the question is, would they use that money to build a toilet, or would they change the leaking roof, or would they buy food to feed their children? So it is one of the biggest problem as well. And evaluations, a lot of times agencies evaluate the success of the program by counting the number of toilets installed in different parts. However, they do not count the number of people who actually use the restroom, so as to evaluate the success of the program. So there has to be uh, the so there should be improvements in how they measure the evaluation process. And monitoring is also another challenge, because a lot of time agencies from international organization, they introduce the program and build the necessary infrastructure, but they never go back to check if actually the infrastructures are in place or are operating as intended. So technical sustainability is also one of the challenges. And these are just the facts from India. And fact number one: access to televisions and telephones in India exceeds the percentage of households with access to toilet facilities. It is quite surprising, because like sanitation is causing billions of dollars to India, but um, um, the however the progress of society is totally going to a different direction and not as intended for public health educators. And fact number two: Indus Valley civilization that dates back to 3000 to 2000 before Christ, and it started in a city of Mohenjo-daro, and Indus Valley civilization was among the handful of well-evolved society with proper drainage system and bathrooms near or adjacent to home. And now it is in Pakistan. However, it was a part of India until 1947. Uh, um, it is irony to modern day India, because even though they have rich history of a proper drainage system or sewer system, the present government is still struggling with the waste management, and with with half the population of India defecating outside. There is a need of a drastic measure for the improvement in terms of public health field. And questions, that's it.